Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, Creating in the Waiting. A few days ago, I did a tutorial making little hidden paper clips, and I showed you guys, y'all are gonna get a peek into my little beauty here. I made her little pen yesterday, did a little lace bookmark. I made actually a whole bunch of pens and bookmarks yesterday, but showed you guys the, I thought I had one of them here. Let's see, right here. So it's an altered glassine sack. So you take a little mini glassine sack. You can find these on Amazon. The lovely Stacy Merritt sent me these via a rack through Amazon. So I am super duper grateful. They are 3 1/4 by 2, I do believe. The little mini glassine ones. Those are the ones we're using. And again, you can find them on Amazon. I will try to link it, but for whatever reason, whenever I try to link in Amazon, it doesn't work. But I will try. And then I did this one yesterday in my Facebook group, actually on a live. And I will link my Facebook group in the description box below. So head on over there so you guys can join the fun. And that one is super cute. Might actually, both of them came out really cute going back and looking at them. Sometimes we're like, oh gosh, I don't know. But she's a beauty right now. I'm loving her. She's almost done. I really do need to make her tags, and I keep saying that. But I would like to make 1 or 2 more tall tags for her. I will be hopping on possibly tomorrow and doing some pocket tags with you guys. She has one of those. I made them up on my in my Facebook group as well. And then what else do we have going on this week? I'm gonna hop on and do a tutorial making the base to a flip-flop journal. So we will be doing that together as well. I am going to actually measure this paper. This is just Tim Holtz vintage wallpaper. Okay, so Tim Holtz, how would you call it? Vintage inspired wallpaper, because I mean it's not real authentic. So I am actually going to mark this, and I want a little pop of my bag showing, if I can see that. So give me 1 second. There and right there. And I'm going to cover the back as well. So I was inspired and taught by Stacy Merritt from Stacy's Crafty Jam, who was inspired by, I think she said the Paper Artisan. Actually, I'm pretty sure she said the Paper Artisan, because I went and checked. So super shout out to those ladies. Now what I'm actually going to do is take this and line this up. Maybe do this the same, if I can see it, because obviously they're there. It's right there because it's wanting to catch. And then I'm actually going to do my circle punch with that also, and you will see why we need our 2-inch circle punch. It's going to strengthen the back of that. And this is what your paper clip is going to go in. And I'm simply going to use my favorite paper clips, to be honest with you. And they are just standard size. I don't know the size. I'm sorry, guys. I had somebody ask me that on my last video. If anybody sees it here. Oh, look, right here. I can go back and tell her what it was. And I got these for $3.99. And they were on sale 40% off. And how many did it come with? 200. I mean, to me, that's, I can get 200 paper clips or, you know, whatever out of that. Well, obviously, I can get 200 paper clips out of that because it is a paper clip. You know what I'm trying to say, guys. Don't be coming on my channel passing judgment. Okay? I'm going to ink these up because I like to ink. Now, I was playing with my blue inks a second ago, which is why there's a little bit of blue on that bag. And tearing these is super fun also. But I always end up, you know, tearing them too small because I don't have a tear roller right now. And using, you know, the roller that I do have to try to tear this wallpaper would probably not end very well. So I did cut it. Now I am simply going to just glue. This piece is going to go on the back. Because I did do that one a little bit smaller. I made this little dangle yesterday for my glue bottle. I was just making all sorts of stuff, guys. Let me see. I have a tutorial making beaded pins, and I did 2 jars full of beaded pins. They're beautiful. I'm not going to bore you by showing you those. Well, I mean, I'll show you a couple. So I made up a whole bunch of beaded pins for bundles, for journals. I sell those. I send them as, you know, prizes in my group, whatever. And I just wanted to play with my beads yesterday. I had some strands that I had been wanting to use. Now, I am going to sew on mine. You don't have to. I personally want to. In my group, we do Let's Make It Monday, and it is going to be altered and hidden paper clips. So I will be using these, of course, as a display. I cut that a little bit too short. I mean, it's fine. I can do like a little ruffle or something at the bottom or the top. So I'm just going to keep going with it. I thought I had measured fine, but I will tell you, I think that when I cut that, I think maybe I possibly cut wrong because it was, yeah, I had to have. Because these are the same sizes. And I'm actually going to come up a little bit higher, and then I'll just put a little ruffle down there. It ain't no thing. Or ribbon or whatever you want to put. Now here, what I'm going to do is I am going to pop my paper clip on the back, and I'm going to put the long side in the back because, you know, when you use the long side in the back, you can adhere. Well, not really putting paper in this, but, and you want the paper clip to be showing above that, and don't hide that, or else, you know, you're not going to be able to clip that down. So it's not really a hidden paper clip, it's an altered paper clip. You're going to glue these directly together, and I'm, guys, just simply using 3-in-1, as you can see. I'm going to put that down in my pocket because I probably wasn't paying attention. No, I wasn't, to how I had my circle punch. But it's okay. We can still use it. See? Don't throw it away. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay? I want this to be the front. So what I'm going to do is just glue down at the bottom because that's going to go in your pocket. And when I put it in there, I'm going to then put my glue bottle down in there a little bit and make sure, see, I'm just going to pop this open. Pop it down in there. Make sure there's glue right here so that that paper clip is down in there. And it's not going to move anywhere. Your circle punch isn't going to move anywhere. It's going to hold all that into place. I am finding that if I don't do that, I don't want to squeeze too much or that glue's gonna come out. But if I don't do that, my paper clip will slide out. So I'm just gonna make sure I have enough glue up there. Okay, and now is when I'm gonna go ahead and just sew around those edges. I use a Brother sewing machine, and right now I just have some simple brown threading because I am making clusters for an order, some little fabric ones, and they need to be pretty neutral, you know. She's like me, she wants everything to be kind of neutral when it's mass made like that so that it will fit into whatever journal you're working on. I do have some really cute botanical type tickets coming, so I'm going to be stuffing these with like tickets. You can make mini tags for these. You can put your cute little vocabulary cards in them. If you have a small enough calling card, but I think the calling cards might be too wide. My sewing machine isn't messed up. I'm just, for whatever reason, struggling with this little bag. Don't know why. And I am probably going to be using one of my... I feel like I want those hanging. I'm like wanting a lot of stuff showing. I'm probably going to be using one of my word clusters, guys. I am. My fabric ones. I love them. I think they're beautiful. I'm going to put a little charm up there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, I think I want it up here. I'm going to use my Big Bite. I'm going to put an eyelet. I'm going to try to get it center. I'm kind of trying to work on that. And I'm probably, I don't know, I think I am going to do a charm because I have done several with like laces and ribbons in them. So, well, we might do both. We'll see. So you have that. I'm probably maybe gonna take this crinkle. Oh, that's pretty. I like to do sari silk ruffles and stuff, but I'm feeling like I want to use my crinkle right now. So that's okay, we can do that. We don't have to use a sewing machine to ruffle everything, Arlene. I'm convincing myself right now, guys. And I'm just gonna kind of hold that into place so that it does stick and it starts to dry a little bit, because I will tell you, hot glue is the best for this. I feel like I want to put this crinkle ribbon at the top as well, and then maybe dangle a charm. I'm probably going to have to go back and just really make sure that's down. But right now, we're just going to keep trucking along. I'm kind of doing this backwards. You can decorate that as well. But right now, I'm just going how I feel prompted to go. So, thank you so much for enjoying the process. I was listening to some worship before I hopped on, and now I have a song stuck in my head and I want to sing it. So I will start to hum and stuff. Apparently when I'm crafting, I don't even pay attention, And a girl pointed that out. She was like, I like how you hum when you're crafting. You're like a little gnome. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even. And I know I hum and stuff, but I think I just didn't realize that I was doing it while I was making a video. I enjoyed her comment. Please take a moment to hit like, subscribe, and comment so that I know that you're here, guys. Cute. So to me, the stitching on the back is like literally just enough, but that's just me. You can decorate it even further if you wish. I am going to be doing a little charm dangle, but what I want to do right now is go ahead and make up one of my clusters. And I feel like I want to use maybe Hope on this one because it's right here. And we all need hope. Because without hope, we can fall into despair. And I'm just going to layer some lace, some cheesecloth. I get my 90 grade cheesecloth from a shop on Etsy. Her shop is Huckleberry Sky. Is it Huckleberry Sky? I'll find it and link it in the description box because I have quite a few people ask me, and her stuff is phenomenal and very reasonably priced, but I do not think it's Huckleberry Sky. I know that's a shop I use, and that's why I'm thinking of that, but I think that's where I get my paper. Pretty sure that's where I get some of my paper. She does unbleached, bleach, all sorts of stuff. Right now, I am currently out of her tea stained. I have a bottle of tea right here. I should just stain some of this 90 grade that I have right now, but I went ahead and ordered some. But I have 24 clusters I need to make up, so I mean, I might be staining this. I'm going to be layering some. I do have a little bit of tea stained cheesecloth in here, and these are just literally scrap pieces, so I can take some of these scrap cheesecloths and use them. And they're 90 grade, and to me that's a really, really nice weight. It's not too thin to where it's going to like shred apart. You know, at Sprouts and different stores. I hear Walmart and stuff has cheesecloth. The grade might be a little bit different. You know, the one at Sprouts, I can show you, it literally just falls apart. Hobby Lobby has them as well in the bridal section. Again, the grade is not the same, but they do have several colors. So, I mean, you might want to just check them out. That's cutesy pootsy. Oh, why did I say that? Please ignore that. I think I want some lace underneath that. I'm going to be using a lot of this lace for the clusters that I'm making. For the lovely Lori. She's a mod in my group. She's super talented. I absolutely love her. She takes care of some swaps because teamwork makes a dream work. Now, I don't want it like that. So I'm just going to kind of do that. Am I in frame? Guys, I'm sorry. Somebody should have hollered at me. I might have heard you. I hope y'all don't fall on the floor because y'all are sitting on my washi tape. Let's see. I'm okay with stuff hanging. I feel like I want to do something different with that because that looks kind of weird. I am going to sew these together. Okay, that's better. And it's a little finicky doing these little tiny ones and trying not to sew over the word. So we're going to try, and Hope can end up looking like Nope. So do my best here, and I really hope I didn't go through the words. I went through hope a little bit, but it's fine. I think it still kind of looks okay. Just kind of flattening the fabric as I go. I do have a tutorial on how to print on the fabric. Find it on my channel. I'm not that person who intentionally withholds information from others. I feel like we're all here to help each other grow and learn. I also do sell these, so you can comment below, send me your email, do whatever. Find me in my Facebook group, because that's where we really be doing it over there, just having a good old time. I don't know, guys. I don't know that I'm going to be able to use this, because I went directly through that. Maybe if I do another little kind of wonky stitch, it would make it look a little bit better. It just looks kind of weird right now. I feel like a wonky stitch is definitely going to help it. But that up there just looks a little weird. And I'm not putting anything weird looking on my pretty paper clip. Okay, that helped it a little bit. But now I feel like I want to come with a zigzag stitch. Okay, that's a little better. You can tell it's hope. And then it just looks like all that was intentional. Oh, I like it. It's cute. Much, much better. We fixed it. See? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I like that there. I feel like we might want something up there. Let's see what a little bow looks like. Do I have a tiny, tiny doily? I do believe I have a tiny, tiny doily. Let's just see. I didn't realize I still had all this paper right here. I feel like this one might be too big for right there. I'm gonna glue this down, I think. I don't really want that one, so I'm gonna glue this guy down. grabbing the first bottle of glue I see. And then buttons would look really cute too. I'm definitely not digging in my buttons. Right now I'm doing a 2,000 member giveaway in my Facebook group, and I have a bunch of my buttons and beads and an Easter egg right now. So it's kind of being tied up at the moment. Let's take one of these cute little charms, and I kind of really want a gold one just because the color of that eyelet. So I think I might use just one of these little ones here. These right now are currently on sale at Joann's. All the Hildy and Joe I get from Joann's, and I only buy my charms and beads and such really kind of when they're on sale. There's also a bead sale going on right now. I think the beads were 40% off. Almost sure. I love when all the metal beads are $2.99. Because some of those metal bead strands are $16.99, guys. And with this jump ring, I'm literally just going to put it on that crinkle. I mean, you could put it on that eyelet also. Mine, however, is not going to fit there. Every time. Every time, it never fails. And really though, I need to stop tightening my little topper so tight and then doing it. But I struggle with jump rings, so I mean, we just gonna call it what it is. The struggle is most of the time very real. Can make up some boho beads today. That would be fun. Okay, I need to stop thinking about stuff that I want to do because I do have to finish this journal. Well, I was gonna try to do that the lazy way. And that never fails either. I always put that the wrong way. But the thing with this charm is that it's falling kind of on its side. But I still feel like it might fall the right way if I turn the charm around. But for whatever reason, those are wanting to fall on their side to where it shows the gold part no matter what. That really just happened. I'm wondering if I don't want to use another gold charm though. I'm gonna just be very honest right now. Problem is, I don't have very many gold charms. Don't really want to use an Eiffel Tower. I mean, that's just very big. digging through my broken ones. Oh, I really want to use one of those. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Okay. Now that pink is too pink on that heart, but it is very cute. But I'm not going to use it. And I might go ahead and use this love, even though we have the word hope. That is so cute. I feel like I want to use both charms on this, but I'm definitely not. I'm so bad. I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to stick it in one of my journals. I could just see what this little heart looks like instead of trying to put everything on one thing. Okay, I like that. I would like it even more with one of those little things. I don't know where that other one jumped off to. I feel like it needs something long with it. Here's to hoping for the best. Maybe I'm not meant to use it because I literally can't even get it now. I'm going to use these for maybe a paper clip. Oh, no, it's only one piece, so no, I'm not. And I think I'm going to attach this jump ring to that jump ring, so that maybe this hangs a little bit lower also. Much cuter. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put some regular tickets that I have right now. Again, I'm gonna be having some cute ones coming. I would like to sew on these also and just do a little stitch down them. Let's well, that's gonna be my problem right there because I'm gonna want my charms showing now. Okay, so you have something like that, and then the back has the sewing and your paper clip is in there. So cute. And this is a very, very good scrap buster. If you have your scrap pieces of paper, it'll probably look very pretty with even, you know, music sheets. I love music sheets. Let's see. Let's do one with music sheets, and let's use this love. Do like color pops maybe. What I'm going to do is go ahead and cut that off. cut this off. And I'm hoping, it looks like it's gonna fit both sides. Yeah. So again, just rinse and repeat. I'm gonna mark where I wanna cut it. I really wanted that number 3. I might be able to get it on the back side there. Oh, where am I at? Hold on, guys. I don't know why I'm trying to cut that way. Where's my line? Is like blending in there. I'm pretty sure that's my line. But it definitely looks like a marking of the music sheet. And I am going to be inking this up. So I like this music paper because it's not very, very fragile. You know, a lot of the music paper is super duper fragile. I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down. I don't know that I'm gonna use that color heart. I think I might want this to just look super like maybe vintage and pretty neutral. I might use some sewing pattern paper for like a little ruffle on it. I think that would look cute. Now I feel like I want to use my, I really wish this was on the front, but I'm glad it's on the back because we might not cover it. But I'm feeling like I want to use my script stamp on top of this. And for whatever reason, guys, I'm having a hard time seeing those lines. If I had a number stamp, went to Joann's yesterday, they had every kind of stamp on the planet except for a number stamp. I'm like, I came all the way over here, and y'all don't have a number stamp. Now, I'm just gonna, well, I don't know that I'm gonna stamp. Okay, so I definitely do need to cut a little bit more off the top of that. And let's see. I feel like I might want to use my black soot. I feel like it'll show up better. I'm going to do it on the front and the back. I'm just going to lay down something underneath. I'm going to be covering up. That looks really pretty. I want to just play real quick. I am going to cover this up, but I've been wanting to see what the stamping looks like on these little tiny sacks. I've done stamping on Glassine before. Yes, but I'm just curious what it looks like. Oh, that's cute. And then, of course, you want to wait for that ink to dry. But I am going to cover this, so I just kind of wanted to play with it. You're going to want to let that settle or it will smudge. So I'm going to test some of these and maybe stamp some and see if the ink actually does dry. That is why I don't print on Glassine either, because when I run it through the printer, the ink does smudge. So it honestly depends on what type of images I'm doing. But overall, I don't even bother because I'm wasting my ink and I'm wasting my product. So I print on like I love them. I get them from Hobby Lobby. They are like white party sacks, but it's not like a party sack. It has the feeling of a Glassine sack, but it's not transparent. It's very weird. I don't know, but it does not smudge. Now I'm going to do my stamping on that. Very pretty. We're going to put our little paper clip up there. Now, if I was overly concerned about not getting ink up there, I would have stamped. Stamping on it was an afterthought, so I would have stamped on the paper, you know, before. And I was very, very lucky that it didn't get up there. I was super thrilled. I was trying very, very hard not to get it like that. I feel like I just want to use maybe some tea stained type paper. I think I do have a strip of that. I mean, even craft paper would look nice. Oh man, I just got distracted by some Edith Holden paper, so let me keep flipping through this. Okay. I'm going to shift y'all for 1 second. I'm going to grab my package of papers. I have these little tea-stained index cards. I think I might actually want to use one of those. Yeah. Just gonna glue them together. I didn't want to waste a full sheet. And my 100-day project is collage index cards. So I have several just right here waiting to be used. And again, I did not want to dive into a full sheet. Do I want script up there? I think I might. Okay. Just trying to move on here because I am going to start trying to clean up everything around me because it just feels like a lot going on right here. I need to open up a vintage photo. because these right here are kind of on their last little leg. Just trying to really make this look pretty vintage. What I might do is grab some of our vintage tape and put it on the music sheet. I am going to be embellishing this as well. And again, we're just going to kind of rinse and repeat. You see how that kind of looks right now? That's super cute. But of course, what's an altered paperclip without a paperclip? It's not one. Well, my word. My word. I would like to just be able to do it directly like that, but we're not going to test that. And the writing isn't exactly the same on both sides. I'm not stressing. You know, like, it's not. That should have been, well, no, that's good to be the back, because there's literally not going to be anything else back there. I really like the way this is looking so far. My vintage tape is over there. I'm going to grab that real quick. 2 seconds. I was printing shipping labels, and then my printer, I don't know what happened. Stopped printing my labels. So when I get off of here, I need to figure out why that happened. Just gonna try to get a piece of this up. So if you watch my tutorial making the vintage tape, this is the vintage tape that we made. So I just want to kind of maybe use a piece on here. Be on both sides like that. That's cute. I am going to sew. So I'm going to take a moment to do that. And the tic-tac-toe board for Two Sister Jam, I know it's music sheet, lace, and numbers, and I have all of that right now because I am going to be using lace. So right now I have my Let's Make It Monday and I have my tic-tac-toe. She does fun little giveaways, so I'm making sure everything I do I can use as an entry. Now, you see how that popped up? That is why I want to take my glue bottle and I want to make sure I have glue right there. That looks so pretty. I'm loving the whole vibe of that right now. Pop some right up in there. I definitely want an eyelet. I'm thinking about, and then I'll use some lace up there because that'll qualify for my lace. I'm feeling like I want some sewing pattern paper on here maybe. So I'm just gonna do just a very kind of wonky ruffle. I'm not sure this is gonna be big enough. I'm gonna let the tissue paper do what the tissue paper wants to do. I'm just threading my needle. Because that would probably be helpful. I'm having some, I don't want to say technical difficulties because it's not tech stuff. Give me 1 second, let me fix what's going on here. My thread is knotted. That's a problem. It's fixed. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna cut another piece because all right. I feel like I might want it kind of going in an angle. I'm gonna cut maybe some of that off, and I'm just gonna kind of scrunch that actually. I feel like some little buttons would look nice on that. And this will be the last one we make. Thank you guys for tuning in this morning. Hi to all the new subscribers. Please comment and let me know, of course, that you're here if you're new. Welcome, welcome. It would probably be helpful to put your eyelet in the right way. Okay. And let's find some lace. Don't want to dig through all of my laces. Yes, this is really how they are. I'm looking for maybe a piece of something that's not stark white. I really don't want to get my other bin. What's that? That's too yellow. Is that white, Anna? I get a lot of my laces, if not all of them, from the lovely Anna Stekla. I'm gonna keep that out because the way she does all of her stuff is so super cute. I love it. I really want to use Love up there, and that looked pretty just sitting there. So we're going to do our lace. I feel like I might want this one in a bow. I'm hoping I cut it long enough. Let's just see. I don't think I did, but we can still try. I feel like I'm just going to leave it be, or I'm going to sit here for 45 minutes trying to tie a bow. So the eyelets definitely strengthen your hole. That is so cute. So I'm either going to cut that or I'm going to really try to get this in a bow. Like the bow would look so cute, even if it's just like a little wonky bow. No, it's too short. So I'm gonna have to cut those off just a little bit. I don't want them in you could do it at an angle, you know, to where it's, but it don't matter to me. I'm gonna keep those right there because I don't want to keep looking for a cream. So cute, Anna. We could put our little mannequins in there. Look at that, Anna. I'll ink up the back and it's a little journal spot. Okay. Way to reuse stuff. I'm gonna look for a brown button. I do believe I have some. That's cute. I really didn't want 4 holes though. The only button thread I have right now is not black, but that's fine. Or brown. It's like an off-white kind of color. And that's probably real. Oh my gosh. I could use these if they were a little bit bigger. These are my paper buttons. You can use these as little clusters. Okay, now I'm wondering if I want to use one of these on here. Definitely not that. Those holes were too big. I should have just used an owl. I'm actually kind of really liking this one. And that one. I don't know. I just got really distracted by those though. Alright, because I am looking for my stinking button thread. Oh, I have these little flowers too. Guys, there is literally right here in this little thing, but it's gonna be covered by something. That's black and it's not button thread. I could try to use it. Oh, it's too thin. I need some black button thread. I don't care how I'm threading these. I just want some thread in there. I'm not going to be super picky about this right now. I'm sitting here just really concentrating on my thread. So I hope everybody has a great spring break. We aren't doing much of anything. Well, and I don't really feel like I want any of that like hanging all over the place, because sometimes I'll twist it up and create like, you know, a little whatever. I don't want all of that going on down there. But I definitely like something going through the button, because I'm sorry, you can still at least see that. And you can go through several times to where it's a little bit thicker. However, I'm not going to do all that right now. Because up close, I mean, you can't see that in person. Probably not on camera so much. Could have probably used all those, but it's fine. And rinse and repeat. I don't know. Maybe I do want a flower or something on it. I feel like it needs something. You can do a little cluster, a collage. I don't want to use another fabric sentiment, although it would probably look cute. I don't want to be that person that puts the same thing on everything, but when it works, it works. I'm gonna just put a little drop of glue there. I feel like we might want some lace there or something. Let's see. Definitely not this. Let's do some lace. Had I thought about that, I would have done my buttons after my lace, but it's okay. Now again, you're going to want to use a glue that dries pretty fast with something like this. And I like, see, when it looks super just wonky, I don't want anything that looks too, whatever word you want to use for that, too perfect, too set, too, I'm supposed to be this way. That all will stick, guys, trust me. I mean, it's 3-in-1. It's gonna stick and it's gonna be fun, but it does have to dry. That looks a lot cuter like that. I feel like I might want a little flower or something. So I do have these little baggies, this little baggie of flowers. The only thing that I'm not liking about these is that little, I thought maybe on this it might look cute, but I'm not liking that little center of that. Guys, kind of really just do want a word. I wonder if I have a stamp. Oh, I really don't want to get my stamps right now. Let's look if I want to do... Let's use some of these labels, maybe. Definitely do not want to pull them all out. I don't like the red on that. I'm kind of wanting to use my staple right now. But I know some people don't like that. And I know I don't care about some people, but I really want to just use my stapler right there. All right, then you have something like that. I am gonna pop something in the pocket. You can pop a little button card in the pocket. You know? But what I would do is stop. Cut it down some. And don't have any tickets right now I really want to use. Definitely want to use something. We'll put something in there though. Old Faithful. I love these. And they're not going all in the same journal. Or a journal for that matter. I give a lot of this stuff away. I want this over here because I'm going to see my number. And I definitely want my charm showing. So, you have something like that. You can put your little buttons in there. Just another idea. I'll fix that. Not on camera though. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial on That's So Cute embellishing a Glassine sack. And don't be scared of using a stapler, guys. But those are the two cute little ones that we did. All right. Y'all be blessed and create what brings you joy. Find me on Facebook, SaVaGeArt. Bye.